Okay, so I moved my tandems, and I'm not sure what I'm doing, but I'm coming through where I'm hoping they're going to let me through. I'm doing 3 miles per hour. In first gear is 3 miles per hour if I let it go. And yeah, it's 3 miles per hour. And it's release brakes while on scale. 3 miles per hour on scale, watch signal. So this is the static scale. Okay. So we'll see what it's doing here. Just to watch the signal. We'll see what it's doing. Oh, got it. Watch the signal. I didn't know. I know, it's gonna do the next, I get it, it's gonna do the next, 12.3, not bad. Okay, so we're on a static scale, release the brakes while you're on the scale. Whoa, stop, why is it rolling? Okay, next one. It's at 3,700. All right. I see what it's doing now. I get it. So I'm at 3,800, 3,200, and 3,400. 3,300. I mean 3,800, 12,300, 3,600, and 3,800. But I'm not sure they're gonna let me go. They're just deciding right now because I went over the scale. And they're like, what the hell are you doing? You gonna give me an inspection? Deciding to let me go or not? This is drama all the way, baby. Well, I think I have enough film here to film an inspection, so why not? We might as well do it. This is part of being a trucker. I've never had an inspection before, so we'll see what they're deciding. Or if they're going to give me a ticket. He's going to ask me. Hold on. Where's it coming out? Hi, great.
Good, good. We noticed when you came over the scale that your tandems are back.
Yeah, I know.
So you went up around there and adjusted.
And adjusted. I'm not sure what to do. I've never been through the. Never been through the scale.
Well, I'll tell you right off. You don't do that.
Oh, okay. I was following the other trucker.
You don't. Yeah.
Oh, you don't adjust the because it said adjustment area. It said like the load adjustment area. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to do.
The sign told you to go around and over the static scale.
What's the static scale? Oh, this is the static scale.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So in the future, because your weights are all right and it's not going to affect that any of it.
Okay.
If they tell you to go around any of these scales, don't go back there and start adjusting. We have cameras, so we know.
Oh,
what
okay.
you're doing.
I knew that's what I was doing. I mean, I knew you guys saw the cameras. I thought that they send you around, say adjust your load, and then go through again.
I told you what it was.
Oh, okay. Yeah, just now is what it is. Okay, so next time, what do I? Oh, so next time I just go around and then I come on the scale again.
Just do what the sign tells you.
And that's all. Okay, cool.
Thank
all right.
you.
Well, now I'm okay. Thanks. Thanks. All right. So. Okay, so I wasn't supposed to stop and adjust my tandems. I was supposed to come through the scale and load adjust. And there were signs that says load adjustment. And you know what? Sometimes being an idiot or looking like a new person, like what's the static scale? Oh, this is the static scale. Oh, this is. Okay, so I didn't know what the static scale was. Oh, I see. That's the static scale, and the other ones are the driver. So actually, I kind of knew what the static scale was. I was acting a little bit dumb. I mean, what's... So anyway, all right. So what I did was, half of that was me acting like an idiot. But so I went around and it said load adjustment section. So I said, okay, I'm going to adjust my load. Okay, I can't. That was too funny. So okay, so this is a good trucker story for a newbie. I've never gone through a scale where they stopped me and made me go around. So they made me go around and it said load adjustment area before the static scale. And I'm like, all right. So I'm like, I stop, I adjust my tandems right there to California level, and then I go through the static scale, and the guy comes out and he goes, don't do that anymore, there's cameras everywhere. I said, I know. I waved at the cameras while I was doing this. I mean, I was like, I was kind of like, hello. So I wasn't trying to get away with anything. It said load adjustment area, so I adjusted my load. Anyway, so you saw it right here first on camera. So I didn't get it. I got out of getting a ticket, but maybe that wasn't a good thing. I wanted to, kind of halfway wanted to get a ticket or an inspection or something. We get paid $30 if we go through an inspection and we get a clear, and we're always clear because the equipment is great. Except I do have that tire that I'm worried about, so I might not have gotten a clear inspection. But if we get an inspection and it's a clear inspection, we get $30 and it helps our CSA score. So I'm glad they didn't inspect me, because that would have, maybe they would have found the tire that's under pressure. No, they wouldn't have, unless they're measuring tire pressures, because it's like, what is an 80? Is it 90 or 80? I don't think that they care about tire pressures that much. Maybe. And then and I didn't get a ticket for my scale being off because I acted kind of dumb and new. And it helped that I went over the static scale once. It was like, they told me to stop and I went a little bit too far, and then I backed up and they told me to stop and I went a little bit too far. I was just trying to get on the darn scale, so that was great. I looked like a newbie, and it worked out because they let me go. So yay! Now I'm going to stop and move my tandems back, because I'm going to get crappy fuel efficiency right now. Watch this. I bet you, well, for stopping I'm already at 8.6, but that's for stopping and starting and all that junk. You know, I kept, and when you move the tandems, you're idling and you're pressing on the gas and all that. So that's not just for, going 3 miles with the tandems way up. It's horrible. So I don't know where I am. I'm pretty close to the border. I'm gonna move my tandems back. That's horrible, isn't it? I just got a free pass at a scale, and now I'm gonna push my luck some more. But you know what? I'm not that close. I'm like 100. What am I? What's at the border here? How many miles? I'm still pretty far. Let me see what my mile marker is. That was exciting. That was a little bit of drama. Ow! So I don't know if you caught that on film, but the guy came out and talked to me. He's like, what's the static scale? Oh, this is the static scale. Duh! I kind of knew that, but I'm kind of playing a little dumb there. I really didn't. I was like, what the hell is a static scale? You can't drive over. That looked like a weigh in motion scale. That did not look like a static scale. A static scale to me has, you go up. The static scale is, you go up and it has the three, like anyway. They had a static scale like this. Well, anyway. To me, the static scale, you measure all three at the same time. Like, what's that called? The CAT certified scales. You go in and you stop and they measure all three at the same time. This static scale, it's a static scale, but it's an old-fashioned kind where you have to do one axle at a time. And it was just confusing the heck out of me because it looks like a non-static scale. A non-static scale is just like, that's what it looks like. It's just this one little strip and you just drive over it. So I'm going, what's the static scale? What are you talking about? So it was a static scale that measures one axle at a time. I get it. So I was driving over it like it said 3 miles per hour over the scale, and I didn't get that. So that was a little confusing to me. But now I know. That's cool. That's kind of cool. I was like, what in the hell are you guys talking about? And the sign said, go to the static scale. And I was going, where is it? Where is it? All right. That's exciting. The end. I gotta... Oh. let me save my, I'm going to have to buy a new video card. So I'm not going to do it right here. I'm going to get a little bit further away from the scales. Oh my God. They might be keeping a bit of an eye on me for a while. I might behave myself until I get to the Oregon border. It's like a mad dash for the border. It happened last time when I was trying to get to Reno. It was like 10 or 20 miles from the Reno border, from the Nevada border. And now I'm not 10 or 20 miles. I'm more like 100 miles from the Oregon border. Oh, get me to Oregon so I can move my tandems. Another thing that happens in the northern part of California here, just as you get into Oregon, is it starts to get hilly. So I am going to, it's going to cut into my fuel efficiency starting now anyway, because it starts to get hilly at this point. And Oregon is the absolute worst for fuel efficiency, because Oregon, I'm waving at the cameras as I'm moving my tandems. But Oregon is very hilly in a bad way. And when I say hilly in a bad way, I mean the hills are steep going up one, that's not bad, but they're steep going down the other side, which means you always have to use the engine brake, and you always have to brake a lot and use lower gears, and that's just a waste. You're not getting it back. A good hill is the one climbing out of Salt Lake City and going into Wyoming, because you climb out, and in the middle of Wyoming, like between Laramie and Rawlins, you get up to 8,000 feet, and then from there, oh no, right after Laramie, there's two big hills in Wyoming, but right after Laramie on the I-80, you go up to 8,000 feet, or maybe it's 88, something like that, and then you go downhill for the next 600 miles, just a nice, level, sloping downhill. Oh, is this getting full? Oh no, it's going. So that you gain back. I mean, by the end of the day, you start the day with a 4.0 or whatever it is on your fuel efficiency, and after the next 500 miles or whatever it is, you're up to 9.0 by the time you get to Lincoln, Nebraska, and that's where the slope stops. So another thing I have on my GPS that I love that I didn't have in the other truck is real-time elevation, because you know, my driver trainer was like, he couldn't figure out what was going on with he thinks that like Nate England, our fuel guy, is back there with the computer messing with our numbers, and I'm trying to figure out scientific reasons for why certain fuel efficiency was happening, and I figured it out. I said, I measured all the elevations, and I said, we're going downhill that whole way. That's why it's so high going this way and a little bit low coming back. Not a lot low, but you get lower than expected when you're coming back from Lincoln all the way up to Cheyenne. It's all uphill, or all the way, yeah. Not only Cheyenne, all the way to Rawlins. It's kind of uphill on the other side of Rawlins. So anyway, blah, blah, blah. But Oregon is different and West Virginia is different. They're very bad for fuel efficiency in those two states, because the hills, and Washington too a little bit. But so now I'm going to hit the end of California and Oregon, and then my fuel efficiency is going to go into the toilet, because you climb the hill, but you don't get anything back coming down the other side, because you come down so fast. You're on your engine brake the whole time. You're in a lower gear. I mean, you're really not getting anything back. You lose all the elevation you gained, you lose it in like 5 miles instead of 500 miles, you know. And, you know, nice even slope where you're coasting for 500 miles, you know. Instead, you're going straight downhill, and, you know, anytime you're using your brakes and your engine brake and your lower gears, you're losing a lot of fuel efficiency. You're just losing everything. And it's the same when you're coming up Donner Pass. I ended yesterday after climbing Donner Pass, and you get like a 5.0 or something. I came down, and by the time you get to Sacramento, it's been stretched out over 40 miles of downhill. It's not, you know, it's steeper than it is in the Wyoming, but it's not as, you know, it's not as steep as some of the hills in Oregon, where you know, one of the most famous ones is this one that, you know, you're in like 5th gear coming down that hill. It's so steep. That's horrible. You just lose everything. You sit here, climb. You're using all this fuel, and then you come down the other side in 5 seconds flat, and you don't gain anything, and you're stuck with this really bad fuel efficiency. Okay, that's my talk. I think I am gonna get off and move my tandems. I hate this. This kills my fuel efficiency with the tandems so far up. So I know that's stubborn, and it's just, well, while I'm on film, please don't show this to Pride. Please don't show this to Pride, because if I get a ticket now, they're gonna, well, you know, Okay. We're gonna see how this goes. So I'm getting off the freeway here. I'm gonna slide my tandems and make a mad dash for the Oregon border and hope they don't stop me. There aren't any more scales between here and the Oregon border, but I might get stopped by a police officer and get a ticket. So, all right, I'm gonna log off now. I'm just stopped at this one stop here, and I'm gonna move my tandems and get back on the freeway and get moving. Okay, that was fun drama. Talk to you later. Bye.